Okay, hello. Today we are going to read May the Ruby Treasure Dragon, Chapter 2. If you haven't read Chapter 1, you probably should watch Chapter 1. You probably shouldn't watch this chapter because it's kind of skipping the first one and you won't know what's happening. Well, let's get started. Chapter 2. May landed back on the ground. She stopped spinning and opened her eyes. When the swirling red light cleared, May saw that she was no longer in the community center. The tables and chairs, the big windows overlooking the forest, the containers of beads and wire clasps, they had all disappeared. Instead, May was in some sort of forest, and it was no longer winter. The snow had vanished, and she was surrounded by leafy trees. The air smelled of flowers and ripe tropical fruits. As May looked around in amazement, a bird flashed by. Its wings were green with yellow spots tipped with pink. Everything around here has changed. Everything around her had changed. Have I changed too? May wondered. She felt different somehow. Looking down, May gasped. Her black jeans and chunky boots were gone. Her legs had changed shape and were now covered in the brightest ruby red scales. Instead of feet, she had powerful red paws. Now May was dying of curiosity. She had to see what the rest of her body looked like. She glanced around. She didn't really expect to find a mirror in the middle of this forest. But then again, anything was possible in this strange forest. Nearby stuffy nose. Nearby, a shimmering lake surrounded by reeds glinted in the sunshine. May bounded over to it and peered into the smooth surface of the water. Looking back at her was a ruby face with big dark eyes and elegant snout and twitching pointed red ears. If you want to look at it, her full body, she used to look like this girl. And now she is that. Okay. Ooh, picture. That's the bird. Not color, but still. I'm a dragon, she whispered to herself, laughing. May loved acting and had played many different characters in school productions, but she had never been anything as cool as a dragon. And this time I'm not even acting, she reminded herself. I really am a dragon. Then another thought struck May. If she had a dragon-y face and dragon-y legs, she probably had a dragon-y tail. She turned to check it. It was cool to have such a long neck. Sure enough, she had a long red tail with silver and gold embedded in its length and an arrow tip. That was when May spotted something even more exciting. Sprouting from her back was a pair of beautiful wings. Each wing was decorated with swirling patterns and drops of silver and gold. She gave them a flap and rose off the ground. May couldn't help but let out a cheer, and a red flame erupted from her mouth. The flame licked an apple hanging from a nearby branch. To May's surprise, the apple didn't burn. Instead, it transformed from a small unripe fruit to one that was huge and juicy looking. Did I do that? May wondered aloud, hovering in the air. You certainly did, said a voice. Dragon girls have special powers, after all. Okay, here's the illustration. May looked around, trying to figure out who had spoken. Was that a dragon girl? What was a dragon girl? Climbing out of the reeds was a tiny pink creature with rounded ears, dark eyes, and a pom-pom tail. Looked like the fluffiest mouse May had ever seen. Here's the mouse right here. Please, little guy. I'm Squeaklet, the creature announced, bowing deeply. Wow, you can talk, May exclaimed. I'm May. I've always wanted to meet a talking animal. What a coincidence. I've always wanted to meet a treasure dragon girl, replied Squeaklet. I'm a treasure dragon girl? May repeated, her mind whirling. Yes, the treasure dragons protect this forest and its most precious things, explains Squeaklet. May had so many questions, but Squeaklet spoke before she could ask them. Are you going to do some more flying? I'm not really sure how to, May admitted. It's not hard, said Squeaklet. Just imagine you're using your wings to wave to a friend. Easy for you to say, May laughed. You don't have wings. There's Squeaklet. But May found that the tip actually worked. When she thought about waving her wings, they fluttered to life. May rose off the ground again. This time she went higher. That's it, said Squeaklet, clapping his fluffy paws. Now do it faster with more power. May gave it a shot, but one of May's wings flapped quicker than the other, and May veered to one side. Then she flapped her wings from front to back instead of up and down. She started to wonder if she would ever get it right, but Squeaklet didn't doubt her. You've almost got it, he called cheerfully at May as May toppled over onto the ground. May groaned dramatically. Maybe I could just walk. Squeaklet shook his fluffy head. The magic forest is huge. Oh my gosh, how long is this chapter? Oh yeah, just 2 more pages. This is a magic forest? May asked. The word magic made fireworks explode inside her. Of course, how many talking animals have you met in normal forests? Squeaklet asked. Now we must hurry. The Tweet Queen is waiting. She has a quest for you with the other Twizzy Wagon girls. May couldn't hold back her questions any longer. Who's the Tree Queen? She asked. What do you mean, a quest? And who are the others? The sooner you're willing to find, the sooner you'll find out, said Squeaklet said, jumping onto May's shoulder. Come on, try it one more time. Whenever May was in a place, she took a moment to focus before she went on stage. She did this now. You are a dragon girl and you can fly, she told herself. You just need to believe it. The pep talk worked. The next time May flapped her wings, she rose steadily into the air. She flapped again and shot forward. Soon she was going higher and faster than she never thought possible. I knew you'd get the hang of it, Squeaklet called. Follow me. Squeaklet leapt off May's shoulder and onto a nearby treetop. From there, he leapt onto another tree and so on. He was surprisingly fast. May could only just keep up. This is the best feeling ever, May whooped, skimming the treetops. Finally, they came to a part of the forest where the trees thinned out. Beyond, May could see a beautiful glade. Surrounding it was a shimmering sphere of air. In the middle stood a tall, graceful tree. Sunlight fell in golden beams onto the bright grass. May really wanted to go in there. This is where the Tree Queen lives, Squeaklet explained. You must enter the gate alone. Oh, please come too, said May. She was already fond of the little guy. Don't worry, wherever you need me, I'll be there, Squeaklet said. With a twitch of his downy tail, he disappeared. May gazed at the shimmering air. It looked like some sort of force field. She longed to get into the glade, but she wasn't sure how. Gingerly, she reached out a paw. It went straight through. There fizzed like when she added bath salts to her bath. Taking a deep breath, May stepped through the force field and into the glade. And we'll stop there because that's a new chapter. Thank you for watching. Please like or subscribe and be sure to... Is there a notification bell, Leafy? I keep messing this up.
Be sure to watch
hit the notification bell.
if there is one.
Bye! Bye. I'm running out of time. Bye.